Okay. Alright. I have fucking found it. So, I was having very annoying ass technical difficulties before I could fucking start recording this podcast. But, it's fine. I'm back. So, to anyone who may be listening, welcome. Welcome to the Unspoken Mind podcast. This is episode number 2. I am your host, Isaias Hernandez, and to be honest, man, I'm just here to give you guys a good ass time. Uh, yeah. With that, let's get right into it. So if I'm being honest, there's not much I have found to talk about. Uh, that I feel like is important enough for me to use my platform to really dive into. One of the things that there's two things really mainly that I want to get into before they blow over, which is the stimulus bill and then the COVID-19 vaccine, and the fears that surround both of those things. And I kind of just want to offer my perspective on both of them. But before I get into those two things, and I also want to talk about a little bit of music and the Philadelphia Eagles for a bit, just to see how you know our future in the NFL and how badly we have botched uh, not only emerging talent but just an overall QB situation that wasn't necessary or needed. So, but before I get into all that shit, I just kind of want to get personal a bit. So last week I mentioned that I had a couple mental disorders wrong with my head, right? And I just would like to say that those things are very much still at play for me. There are things that I go through on a daily basis, and one of the main things, especially during a time where like you're supposed to be joyous and happy, it's the holidays. It's like December. My birthday is around this time. It's a time that's supposed to be joyous, and you're supposed to feel overall happiness and contentness, not just for you but for the people that are around you. Depression has really made that hard. Um, One of the things that I've really realized over the past couple of months is that no one really listens to me as much as I would like them to listen to me. My ideas aren't accepted as I would want them to be, and that's not to say every single one of my ideas is a good idea. I have some pretty stupid ideas, but the really good ideas that I have, I feel like they're not appreciated enough where I am currently by the people around me. And one of those things, depression is one of those things, and I want to take this deeper than depression because it's really I think it's a real human thing. We need support. We need support in order to really manifest the things that we see in our future. Uh, One of the things that make that really really hard is that the fact that we live in America, we glorify the idea of work. Now, don't don't misconstrue what I'm saying here. I'm not saying hard work is a bad thing. What I'm simply saying is that we should not be slaving away 80-hour weeks. That's not something we should be glorifying. 60-hour weeks. It's not something we should be glorifying. That's exploit. That's to an extent exploitation. Just to give an example, in a country like Italy, they take a couple hours out of their day. Every single day, it's their lunchtime around noon. What they do is that they close down everything and they go and they spend that lunchtime, the time that usually we give here in America, it'd be around 30 to an hour. They give a couple hours, and what they end up doing is they go and spend that time with the people that they love the most, which is their family. Uh, well, that brings me to the topic of family and um, how deep we are affected by family. Not just the family that we grew up living in, a lot of us are at the age where we are not only just looking to create our own families. Like, I have older brothers who are, very much in that realm of possibility. Uh, we are looking to leave and accept change that it appears scary for us, or I know it appears scary for me. Uh, the thought of leaving home and living somewhere else and really garnering your own responsibility. It's something that it's an idea for me that I don't know how to process. On one end, it seems like a really good idea. On the other end, it seems like a really, 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 really risky idea. Just in part because I don't know if I have people around me that would support me the way that I would want them to support me. Should I make that decision? I don't want to be left completely alone in the sense that if I need help or help in my wherever I am, and it's like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of inevitable that I would need help to wherever you go. I don't know if I have the people around me that would be willing to give me that help. And that in part goes to my mental illnesses, not being able to trust anyone. A lot of that stems from childhood trauma, and the people who are closest to me, because the people who are closest to me have hurt me the most. So like, it rubs off on other people. I can't go out and fucking make new friends the way I would want to make new friends. I question everyone's motives toward me, and most of the times I feel like people are out to get me. That has in part, again, to do with my social anxiety and just the way I have been treated in the past. I'm used to being treated bad by those around me. That sounds very, 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 very fucked up and dark, but it's also the truth. Like, I am used to sacrificing my own peace for the peace of others. That's kind of been the story of my life. And I'm completely okay with sacrificing myself for others. I'm not one to take care of myself the way I would need to be taken care of, the way I would want to be taken care of. And I'm at a point where I need someone for that, I need to align myself with people who see my vision. I dream of one day speaking in front of hundreds of thousands of people. I see myself influencing generations upon generations one day, and I see myself potentially becoming a very well-known politician. Not just a politician, maybe a lawyer, maybe an artist who is designing. That's what this right here in the back is. It's my artwork, or my attempt at art. I have a couple more attempts at art, something like that, right? I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it's like, basically it's the same thing as that. And my art uses words, right? So I like, what I basically end up doing is I sit down and I listen to an artist for a while, and what I do is I take notable quotes that I feel like would resonate with me and resonate with other people, and I write them down, and I write them down in a way, my penmanship. Yeah, and these are things that I enjoy. These are things that push and motivate me. We as humans, we all have these things that push and motivate us. We all have pastimes that really fulfill us. They give us a sense of fulfillment, right? Some people like watching Netflix shows or shows in general. Some people really like looking for the deeper meaning in shows, and can spend an entire day binge watching a show, right? Some people are really into gaming. They spend hours upon hours gaming, and they game whenever they get a chance. Some people like going outside and partying. They enjoy that lifestyle, that fun and ambivient lifestyle. Uh, some people enjoy music. I'm one of those people where I can just spend hours upon hours listening to music, exploring different types of music, and really analyzing what the people are saying, and finding people deeper than that, finding people that I connect with. Uh, I don't think that I would be a music creator. If Though I do think it'd be a fun thing. I don't think I'd be a music creator. More so, I think I'd be a music producer if I were to ever get into that lane. I think I would help artists or rappers or music in general. I would help them. I could guide them to make their music better. I would be on the side of helping people, because that's another thing that really fulfills me is my chance to help people. It's part of the reason why I started this podcast. I'm not trying to be an influencer for the dollar amount. I am trying to be an influencer for the satisfaction of helping someone else. I want one day for me to be big enough for someone to walk up to me and say, "Hi, I really watch your podcast. I listen every single week, and I really like your ideas. And hey, you helped me through a really, really dark time, and you really gave me a shoulder to cry on. Thank you for that." That's why I'm doing this. Helping people. I'm a real estate agent. I help people find and sell the places they call home. Law. I plan on helping those who don't know their rights. Politician. Speaking. I plan on becoming a voice, hopefully a voice of reason to people who need it. And not further than that, I plan on helping those, the less fortunate, those who got dealt a worse hand than me. Some people have to work those 60-hour work weeks. They don't have a choice. They got to put food on the table. It's the reality of life, and I want to be someone who builds a better system for them, who can come along and enact change where change is needed, and change is needed now. We are at a point in our human evolution where we have the world at our fingertips. Our phones are our world. Our phone allows us to see what we like to see, and it also allows us to connect with the world. Like, we live in a day and age where anything is possible, where self-made millionaires are a thing now, where you have the ability to control your own destiny for real. And I want to be someone who helps with that. I want to be someone who helps people with creating their own destiny. If you really enjoy sitting down and watching a Netflix show for hours on end, take that idea and take it a step further, right? Why not write your own show, and the process is everything, because everything takes time. The first time you sit down and try to write your show, it's probably start with writing a story. It doesn't have to be a full out show with a cast of characters and fucking, that's not how it's gonna start. Sit down and maybe write half a page, a short story about something that really interests you. An idea that you maybe got. Take it and multiply it times 10. We're at a day and age where we got this, It's a beautiful thing. Technology is a beautiful thing. I said earlier, gaming. You like spending hours upon hours on gaming. Learn the business of gaming and learn coding. Maybe one day you'll come up with the idea of the next biggest fucking video game there is. The $1 billion idea. Fortnite itself, just to give a recent example, Fortnite was a $1 billion idea. It changed the landscape and the future of gaming forever. It made Battle Royale a regular genre. It's something I love arguing and talking. I plan on having fucking guests here one day, right? I want one day for me, or this is my way of taking my gift and something that I really really enjoy, and using it to maybe create something that'll last. A discussion. I'm not just doing this. I'm also live streaming now, which is really really fun and an experience. I'll be live streaming with friends. I'll also be live streaming by myself most of the time though. I'll play Warzone and Apex, and I'll get on for a couple hours every now and then, and just to see if I could have like a couple viewers, and yeah, we'll shoot the shit. It's fun for me. I can sit down and I can talk, which is one of the things I absolutely enjoy doing. I can sit down and have a conversation with someone for hours on end, which is kind of ironic because one of the things that I struggle with a lot is connecting with people. But all that aside, I want to help people, and I want you guys to help me as well. I want you guys to give me feedback in areas that you think you might want to give me feedback. But off of that, I kind of want to talk about the things that are currently happening in our government. There are two big stories. I'll start with the first one, which is the stimulus check. So we are getting $600, or we might be getting $600. I heard recently that Trump is trying to push that to be $2,000. I don't really know the reasoning as to why Trump would do that. That seems kind of backwards to me. I would think Trump would not want a stimulus check at all. But oops. Okay, so I'll figure this out. But fucking my shit got cut. My audio got cut. And I gotta fucking edit this out. Anyway though, holidays are coming up. Fucking fantastic. I was talking about the stimulus check. So I was getting into the two topics that I really wanted to talk to, which was one, the stimulus check, $600. Well, obviously I would say that the government is shafting us, and this is not a new story by any means at all. This government loves dragging shit. Just look at COVID itself. But to give us $600 is kind of like a slap in the face. As you grow older, you begin to realize money is very fleeting. Like, I would expect them to give us a lot more, especially for just as compensation for putting us through such a shitty year. This goes out to you, American government. You fucking suck. You really mishandled this entire coronavirus situation. No matter which way you want to look at it, people are still dying from this, and it's something that we can prevent. Like, this isn't a problem that we need to have right now. Coronavirus is not a problem we need to have. We can solve it if we all just get on the right page. And ways to do that, if people are not motivated by anything else other than the green dollar, which is also fucking... One day I'll get into that. One day I'll get into you sick motherfuckers who are just motivated by a green dollar. Anyway, this is a way to do it. This is a way to convince your American people who fucking love this green dollar, to maybe abide by the fucking rules that you will have to set one day. Joe Biden already said that he has a plan on defeating the coronavirus that involves quarantining once again. This is your way of doing it, and offering us $600, I don't think will cut it. I don't think it's nearly enough. I was reading earlier today that there was another Corona stimulus bill that got cut, $2.3 trillion, including foreign aid. $2.3 trillion, including foreign aid. That is a lot of fucking money. $2.3 trillion. And this is a lot of times why I say money isn't real. Money, the government can pull money out of a rat's ass. And what's most disheartening is that it'll give its citizens the shaft. It will intentionally fuck you over because it wants to keep you. The system would like to keep you exactly where you are. And I know, really, in the grand scheme of everything, in the grand scheme of the universe, or whatever, that the difference between 2,000 and 600 really isn't anything long term. The fact that you don't want to compensate your fucking citizens is kind of disheartening, you know. While they were debating whether or not to give us $600, each member in Congress that was present there, they got around about $100,000 for speaking, for debating on whether or not you should get 600. Now, their job is super important. I understand that. I completely get that. But for you to not even offer more, at least $1,000, you know, in your relief, it's quote unquote relief, but like just say a family of 6, you know, with 2 parents, 2 adults. $1,200 is nothing to keep this family maintained, you know. For a family of 3, maybe, you know, $1,200 is something, but even then, like, it's probably it's just enough for food for a couple of weeks. Like, money, this thing, money comes and goes, man. Money comes and goes, and the fact that you don't want to feed your citizens is sickening to me. Or would like to feed them more. The fact that you want to debate whether or not to give us a stimulus bill is cool. It's just disheartening, especially with someone who is depressed. You know, you see these stories that are going around, and you're like, wow, like this. The future is really fucked for like generations to come. But I'm getting off topic. Yeah. That leads me into my next topic, sort of, which is COVID-19. I talked about it a little bit already on how we can fucking stop this from being a thing, right? But come on. I'm talking about the vaccine here. I'm not talking about COVID itself. Right. So apparently there are 2 vaccines, and the Pfizer and the other one that I don't remember the name of right now. But these vaccines, basically, they're here, right? And what CDC or big government is trying to do is trying to get larger names in celebrity and in U.S. government. Like Mike Pence took the vaccine, and they were encouraging LeBron James to take it, other athletes, and just figureheads of this country. They're trying to encourage us to take it so we as an American people can stop questioning what's in the vaccine, how it works, and if it's legit or not. Hey, listen. Listen close and listen carefully. Dog, if you are worried about being tracked through this vaccine, you must not have a phone or something, or like your computer or something. Like, you shouldn't be worried about getting tracked, you know. The government knows your every move. The government fucking puts ads in front of your face of the things that you like. They have cameras everywhere now. Everywhere you look, there's a fucking camera. Why are you worried about the vaccine? As a means to track people anyway. Like, it's just unlikely. Like, they have your information. Your driver's license is a mean of tracking. Like, fucking... If you're more worried about the vaccine than your camera phone or your fucking... This phone doesn't ever really turn off, if you didn't know that. Even when it's dead. How do you think the little power icon comes up? You're not... They don't need it. They don't. What I'm saying is they don't need a vaccine to track you if you always carry your phone on you. If you have your phone on you 24/7, they don't need a vaccine. They don't need to put something in your fucking forearm to track you. Trust me, they're completely fine with feeding you Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and browser ads. Because they're getting the green dollar off you. And it goes back to that fucking green dollar. It always goes back to that green dollar. Always. Yeah. So, like, there's not much else to say on the COVID vaccine. What I would say about this is that it's trust in the big government again. Something to be wary of because they already have been proven to not do a good job of taking care of their citizens. And I'm talking here in the medical department, like it was proven that like they were drugging people on purpose just to keep once again money flowing. Like the opiate crisis, like pharmacy was found guilty. Like the people who created the fucking the opiates, they were found guilty of like intentionally drugging people. So like that's where my worrying comes in. You know, it's not more so of a tracking thing. It's more so of a you know, a trust in the. You're asking me to put trust in the government again, and time again, the government has let us as people down, collectively. And anyway, this country has a dark fucking history. So, personally speaking, no, I don't trust anything you fuckers give us. That's just me, though. You know, I can't ask anyone else to fucking hold the same moral standpoint as I do. All right. Off of that, I want to talk. I want to say these last couple minutes for my Eagles talk because, boy oh boy, have they got themselves in a fucking pickle. Yes, Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations, you have successfully destroyed the confidence of a man named Carson Wentz. And I'm going to be upfront and honest here. I am completely biased towards Carson Wentz. I love Carson Wentz. He's done things for us that no other Eagles player has ever been able to do for us. He took us to our first chip, and I know, say what you want about the whole Nick Foles thing. Nick Foles probably wouldn't win that game in Atlanta if it were at Atlanta. Nick Foles probably wouldn't win that game if it were at Minnesota. And this is hindsight. Please don't kill me. I'm just hypothetically speaking here. And what I'm trying to say is that without Carson Wentz, we wouldn't have a ring. No way in hell Nick Foles starts that season and gets his ring. Anyway, I'm talking about 2020 now. In 2020, Howie Roseman showed the level of distrust he has within Carson Wentz by drafting, using his second round pick on a quarterback. And on top of that, it's like, in every stage of Carson Wentz's career at Philadelphia, he's had to look over his shoulder besides his rookie year. He's had to look over his shoulder and worry if the player on the bench is better than him. And the Eagles have really mishandled this situation because it's clear that they're on the wrong page if you're paying him $100 million but drafting a quarterback in the second round, right? If anything, you would